Good evening, everybody. Okay, good. So the sound's working this week. If you were on last week's stream or you watched the replay, apologise for the sound problems. I was having some quite bad microphone problems, but hopefully it's fixed for this week and we can get through without any issue. Just let me get everything set up. And then I need to go very shortly. Okay, so we are on Southeastern High Speed tonight. Thought we'd since being back on the PS5 version and revisiting a lot of this stuff. I did complete all the scenarios on the PS4 version, but once this version came out, everything got refreshed. So basically, I had to start from the beginning again. So I've still got quite a lot of stuff outstanding. We've still got the DLC issue on PS5, so I've not even got each route available to me at the moment on the console. So I will swap and change those routes in over the coming weeks, pending a fix coming in from Dovetail, which hopefully isn't going to be too long because it's been going on now for just short of 2 months, something like that. So hopefully it's coming soon. It's been a little bit quiet about that, but we have to work with it until then. So we'll start with the 465, which is quite a popular loco with the community. And we'll do the filling in scenario. Welcome to Gravesend Station. Please await the arrival of your train. The Javelin there in the platform. So the second scenario we'll do tonight, we'll do in the Javelin. There is a shorter scenario that we can do following this one. Let's have a look down the platform. So all the collectibles I still need to get for the second time. There is a poster and newspapers over there, but we've got the fence in the way, so I'm not going to try and do that in the middle of us. We'll have a look down the rest of this platform just while we wait. It's taken a while to get in this train. 10:13 to Gillingham, so it should be here any second. Let's just go back to where it wants us to be. These scenarios can be very fickle. If you don't follow all the instructions to the absolute letter, they can get themselves in a twist. It's the 465, which was an extra DLC for Southeastern High Speed. This is not one of the locos that comes with it. Just close that door if we can. Okay, so we need to get set up. So master key on, into neutral, Passengers are loading. Let's just check the lights. Tail lights off. Day running. Safety systems. We want AWS. DSD. Vigilance is already set to normal, so that's good. And we'll get the windows open. The only thing I don't like about this loco is the seating position. It seems quite high to me. I like to look at the dials, so I sort of look down a little bit because the seat isn't height adjustable, unfortunately. But it's a small issue. The actual loco itself is really nice. So we go to forward, take the DRA off so that we can move. And we're ready to go. So the next stop is Higham, 4.4 miles. So if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, thanks very much for popping in. I appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, please do so if you would. That will help me out a lot. I think I've just hit 450 subscribers, so I'm getting towards that magic 500, which is the next target I've got. So this loco is nicknamed the Nippy Networker, and I can see exactly why, because the acceleration is excellent on this. And we should be able to take it up to 70 quite shortly. So let's accelerate. 3.5 miles to go to the next stop. You can see now the rate of acceleration. That's in the top notch. We are on a slight downhill, but even so, it's very fast. This is Hoo Junction. So if you've got Southeastern high speed, you can run some 66 class 66 services from Hoo Junction. So we're coming in quite hot there, but it has got good brakes, so we should be okay. So this is Hyam, first stop. And what I'll do as well is I'll just take off that stop marker. Which is a bit annoying because you turn it off and it just comes back on again. So hopefully that will stay off now. Some of these scenarios seem to have very long passenger loading times. But we're nearly there. So we'll lock the doors. And Strood will be the next stop. Just under 2.5 miles. So Strood. We've got a 15 coming up at the end of this tunnel, so I'll start backing it down quite shortly. So there's the 15 board, just there. This is Strood. There's the submarine, you can just see, in the dock. Didn't realise actually you could see it from there. I've seen it going over the bridge, which is just there somewhere. We're going over the bridge shortly. There it is. Just see the bridge. I didn't realise you could actually see it from the station. It's quite good. Okay, next stop, over the bridge, Rochester. Just over half a mile. This section does have quite a few stops in close proximity to each other. There's Rochester Castle. So yeah, if we look to the side now, this is the bridge, so you can see the submarine docked, I should say, over there. And apparently Dovetail's offices are somewhere over that side as well. At least we're staying on time tonight. That's the main thing. So we're going to Chatham. Oh, Chatham and Gillingham. Okay. That's as far as we go. Next stop, Chatham. The official home of Dovetail. This is the old Rochester station. Just the platforms left. Guess it doesn't make sense to go in and rip those out. So Chatham is just the other side of this tunnel. Which I think is Chatham Tunnel. Fort Pitt Tunnel, okay. There's a 375 on the other side. So the 375 does come with this route. Whereas this 465 is extra, so DLC for the route. Got around half a minute before we can leave. Right, let's get the doors locked so that we're ready to go. Okay, so this one's Chatham Tunnel. I knew one of them was Chatham Tunnel. I didn't remember the name of the other one. A little bit fast. Okay, so we can speed up to 50 and then we've got a 60 pretty much straight after it. Just over a mile till Gillingham. Let's get ready for this 15 as we come into the platform at Gillingham. It's going to put us over to the right hand side. Now shut down your cab and change ends. You'll be driving the return service to Gravesend, where another driver will take over. Okay, so we're going to go back where we came. So let's get everything shut down. So the reverser first needs to go to neutral, the DRA so we don't move anywhere. Let's turn the lights off and put the tail lights on. Then we can set the reverser to off and the master key, and then we've just before we go we've got the safety systems to isolate so that we can turn them on at the other end. So that's those. Okay, sit in the driver's seat. Now, does it want us to walk through the train or go to the other end? Let's go this way. Oops, sorry madam. Let's close that and we don't get anybody hopping on. So, same procedure in reverse, so master key on, reverse it to neutral, headlights. Wants us to lock the doors, but before we do that, let's get all this safety systems on. Normal, normal, okay. We can lock the doors. Hey Reese, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Right, let's put that in forward. Reset the DRA so it'll let us move. And we're away. Helps if I don't blast it out of Gillingham Station. We need to be down at 50 at the end of this tunnel, so I'll start taking that off right now. Back at Chatham. I do wonder what it must feel like if you do this job day in, day out, and you're only running between two endpoints for the whole shift. Just wonder if it becomes boring after a while without the variety. So it depends where else these locos go to. Places that are not in the game currently that these same drivers will do. Maybe there's a couple of different variations that they work. Here we are again at Rochester. Open the windows, but I don't think it really makes that much difference to the sounds, to be honest. Differs between locals, whether it does or it doesn't. So let's check out where we are going. So we've got Strood, Higham, then Gravesend, and then we shut down. Okay. Save that for the dovetail live. That's quite a good shot. Right, let's get the doors locked. So this is Strood Tunnel, just over 2,000 meters long. And we can speed up to 70. Pretty straight, this tunnel. It's actually in two sections as well. Coming in pretty hot. It should be good. Yeah, no problem. That's interesting as well. So on the side of this train is the back medway. Now I'm not sure. It's the first time I've seen this actually, but you know, since this was put on, I think they failed to get that. I think the result is already known, and I'm almost sure they didn't get it. I could be wrong. I'm not from that end of the country, so I can't remember exactly, but I think somebody had said on the forums that they were unsuccessful. But it's nice to see that kind of thing in the game, just as an extra. The Javelin's very nice. Feels good to drive as well. And we'll do that one after this 465 service has finished, or scenario I should say. So our next and final stop is Gravesend, 4.5 miles, so we get to use a little bit of speed for once on this little stretch. So once again the acceleration's rapid. That's now in the full notch 4 and it is really rapid. So this is Who Junction again, and what is strange about this is that there is absolutely no freight traffic in here, and I'm assuming it's because this is a scenario. I think for service mode lots of static traffic was added in there, that there are some 66s in there that don't move, that are just there for decoration, and they don't appear in the scenarios, so I'm assuming it was just the service layer that was updated. But when this route was released, that's what it looked like, until the community went back and said, doesn't look right, never been past Who Junction yet without there being some kind of traffic in there. So Dovetail took it back and added in some extras. It does look better in service mode. There's a 375. This is one route actually that does take advantage of the additional draw distance that the PS5 now provides. You can see much further into the distance on the PS5 as you could on the PS4. So just under 1.5 miles till we get into Gravesend. We don't want to spad right here, right at the end of this scenario. It's been a 50-minute scenario, I believe. Somewhere around that. Okay, so set the reverser to neutral. Brake 3, DRA. Reverser to off. Master key off. Let's turn the safety systems off as well. There we can leave the train. That should be it. Whoops. Not recommended to jump off the platform. Just over 50 minutes, yeah. Just under 21 miles. It seemed longer than 21 miles, I must admit. Okay, so I think we'll run one in the Javelin now. We'll stay on southeastern high speed, but we'll run one in the Javelin. So let's have a look. I think tricky tunnels will do. That's a nice screenshot. Flooding ahead means this train will need to run through the down line before reaching the Wellington crossovers, where we can return to the up line. Unlock the doors. Okay. Just put the wipers on. It's been a while since I've driven this, actually, as I recall. Right, so I'm assuming we're ready to go. Everything's set up, ready to go. What we need to do is put the safety systems on. That's all we need to do there. Let's get the TVM on, in case we're going into the high speed section. Now, have we got the lights on? Yep. Alright, so I do like this. I do like the Javelin. Feels solid to drive. Ebbsfleet is the next stop. So we should be able to speed up right now. There we go. I'll put some power in. There's another 375. So right now on this section we're working from the third rail, but once we get to Ebbsfleet we should be able to put the pantograph up. So we take a slight left here up to Ebbsfleet. Single yellow. So we should get the red in the station. This is Ebbsfleet International, but I don't know actually how international this actually is. I'm not quite sure why it's called that. There we go. So we need to change the power. So we'll go to neutral, press the control button. I presume I need to hold that. Yep. Pantograph up, shoes down. And then we click that again, which closes the circuit breaker. And we're good to go. So the pantograph should now have come up on the top. Yep, right at the back there. So let's close the doors now, then we're ready to get away. Take some of the brake off. We've got a red there. Let's proceed at restricted speed. Okay. Must be because we're taking the wrong line to what we're meant to be doing, which is why we had to ask permission there. But we do have another red coming up, which we need to ask permission for. Yeah, so this one, so we're swapping across, are we? And we're staying on the left. But this one we do need to wait. Okay, so that was the emergency brake, which is not recommended. Let's have a look. And I cannot remember what the reset procedure is for this. Okay, that's not going to do anything until we clear this emergency brake. Somewhere there will be an override for this. Okay, well that's got rid of the alarm. One of the alarms, I should say. Neutral. Now this is where it would be good if we had tutorials in the game to help us out. Let's have a look. Emergency brake switch. Pressed. Nope, that's not made a difference. Aha! Okay, right. I think we're good. Now I don't know what I did there. Let's try. Let's see if we can get going. Just waiting for the brakes to come off, I think. Yep. Okay, there we go. Now, you might have guessed, I resolved that problem without any particular authority or knowledge. It was pure luck. But regardless, I'm glad we're underway again, because that would have ended the scenario quite quickly. So, note to self. Research how we get out of that situation if we have an emergency brake. I need to make a note of that. The thing is that each train operates so differently that you know, if you don't drive them regularly, then you forget. And the other thing that's just occurred to me is we don't seem to be taking power. So I wonder if I took down the pantograph. We can confirm that because it was the one at the back, wasn't it? And the pantograph is indeed down. So let's put it in neutral. So we pressed control, and then it was the pan up, the shoes down, and I think we pressed that twice. Do we press control again? Let's check. Yeah, the pantograph is back up now, so let's see if we'll take power this time. That looks... That was an adventure. The other note to self, when trying to fix an emergency brake, just don't press any button in the cab, because you just double the problem. So there's no way we're going to be on time, that's for sure, but at least we're not stranded. So we're cleared all the way to 225 kilometers per hour on this section. This is using the TVM safety system. You can see on the dashboard there, the 225. So this is just a go via. We don't need to slow down. So another 30 miles to Stratford. So 225's flashing, so we're going to be slowing down from the 225, but it's okay because we're not up to full speed anyway at this point. It's likely to give us a 200 section. Yep, okay, and 200's flashing, so it's just preparing us for this 160 that's coming up in 2 miles. Bring it down to 160. So we're back to 225, so we'll put some power in. I do really like these high speed sections, it's just a pity there's not more of it. I guess we got the LGV for that, the French line, which is also pretty good. And the LGV also uses a TVM system as well for controlling the speed, or the speed warnings. Not that it controls your speed, it's your speed warnings. So we're downhill, just watching that we don't go over 225. So it's bringing us down to the 100 because we're only just over a mile away from the station. So that'll help tell us where the station is. If we didn't have that marker in front, then we could be in trouble if we didn't have a system such as this to slow us down. The station is just the other side of this tunnel. Apologies if there's some background noise, there's a lot of fireworks going off just outside. Don't know if the microphone's picking that up or not, but just in case. So this is Stratford International. Lots and lots of concrete. Looks very manufactured, if that makes sense. Not many old buildings around this part. So we can lock the doors and then we get underway. And this should be our final stop, St Pancras. Right, so we're just preparing for this 200 kilometers per hour, so I'll stay under that for now. coaster a little bit because we're going to get a 160. Not sure actually, when you get the flashing speed reduction, I'm not sure if there's a timer on that. It gives you so long to do it before it puts emergency brakes on. Not quite sure. Usually I just get down to it as quickly as possible. Because I know when you're using PZB, for example, in Germany on the German routes, you do need to get down to the speed limit. Once you get 1000 Hertz magnet, you need to get down within a certain number of seconds, or the emergency brakes come on. But I just don't know if it applies to this route. I've not tested that. So we're down to an 80 because we're out of the tunnel, and then we're straight into St Pancras. Coming down to 40 kilometers per hour. This is St Pancras, and actually after that big delay we had with the emergency stop and dropping the pantograph, we've actually, unless it's generous, we've actually made up some good time because we're arriving early. We've got another 30 seconds to arrive, so it didn't work out all that bad really. But if I want to pass driver training, I'm going to have to learn how to recover from that emergency stop for the next time that happens, or else I'll be getting sacked or fired if we're in the US. There we go. Set the reverser to neutral. Set the DRA again so we can't move. Set the headlights to off. And we're going to max brake. Let's turn off these windscreen wipers before we do anything else. And the master key. Climb down from the train. So let's turn these safety systems off before we leave. So the TVM is here. And then AWS, TPS, DSD. I think that is it. DRA we want to leave because we're using that right now. Excellent. Okay, he looks shifty. So that's it, just a short second run, just over half an hour in the Javelin, which was pretty good. So that was Southeastern High Speed. So I think we'll call it a night there. Thanks everybody, as always, for joining me, and as well if you're watching it on the catch up. Thanks very much, I do appreciate it. Thanks for all the support during the week and all the comments. I hope you like the other videos that are on the channel. Hope you like the news updates in that playlist. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.